Hello, everybody. Welcome to this YouTube short video with Michele Vennard on yoga and loss. Hi, my name is Michael Harris. I'm founder of Interpoint.com, and I'm really excited to have Michele here. I've known Michele for a long time. She started her personal yoga practice in '98, very quickly became a teacher. So, Michele, I want to jump right in because I know that yoga, grief, and loss have been really paramount in your practice and the way that you
Yeah.
teach. Could you just briefly tell the listeners why you started? And then I got another question for you right after that.
Well, I started, my mother passed away from Alzheimer's. She had it at 49, died at 54. So it was rather rapid and young. She died in March, and I could not find a way to process the grief. And I remember my friends telling me about a yoga class, and I literally went to one August of that year, 98. And that's what started my trajectory.
Wow, cool.
Yeah.
And I know you became a teacher about a year after that, which is a whole nother story.
Another story,
A
right?
whole
Yeah.
nother story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could
Which I
you
mentioned in the book a little bit. So that's good.
could,
Yeah.
could you tell the listeners, really three ideas on how yoga can help the process of grieving and loss?
Yeah. Briefly, number one is you're going to be moving your body, and you have to move the energy. And whether you think you have it or not, if grief has affected you or loss has affected you, you need to move. That in and of itself is going to help you feel better physically, right? And then in so doing, you're going to be breathing. It's the yoga class is going to ask you to breathe a certain way, exhale a certain way, and oh my God, that exhale is going to feel so great. The third is that you're sweating. Oh my gosh, that's why the hot yoga is so great. You need to sweat, and you're going to feel like a new person even after your first class. And it won't be just physically. You're going to find and not understand, but a sense of clarity that you're going to start to have mentally.
Yeah. Could you go through those three again, just real briefly?
Yeah. So take a yoga class, move. Go to do the best that you can. Don't think it, just move in the class. And the second one is to breathe, and you'll be prompted on how to breathe, and just do it. You'll surprise yourself that you've been shallow breathing, deep breathing. The third one is that in that hot class, you're going to sweat, and you're going to feel like you're shedding, right? Toxins, all kinds of like debris, stuff you've been holding on to. So the sweat is so good too. And then you'll feel good, body, mind, soul.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to tell the listeners briefly a little bit more about you. Again, I know you went through teacher training in 1999.
No,
And
2001.
2001.
Yeah.
Okay, 2001, and you opened up this small little studio in San Jose, Bikram Yoga San Jose, and it has evolved and grown into really one of the most beautiful studios in the world. As well as one of the most caring and loving places I've ever been to. So, any listeners that are around San Jose or in that area, be sure to go to Michele's studio.
Yes.
Now, in closing, I also want to say if you want to listen to the full discussion that Michele and I have had on yoga and grief, is to go to interpoint.com and become a member over there. And be sure to tell your friends about this discussion as well. And Michele, will you hold up the book within? So this book, as of the time this was released, or this recording was released, we had just released this book. It went to #1 in yoga, meditation, and alternative therapies in several different countries around the world. So I invite you to get this book, learn more about Michele and the other authors in this book as well. And each one of the authors in this book are experts on their own right. And we're having discussions with every single one, which is part of interpoint.com. So any final closing words that you would like to share with the listeners, Michele?
You know, Don't deny yourself a chance to start yoga. Let this be a nudge to start. Just show up at a yoga studio near you. Doesn't need to be fancy. Don't overthink it, but start.
Awesome. Thank you, Michelle. It's great that you're here. And again, everybody listening, just go over to innerpoint.com and we'll see you on the other side.